So my name is Raymond. I'm the Vice President of M&A for the Cora Group, one of the 6 portfolios within Jonas. So our M&A team, mergers and acquisitions, it's a very important component of what Jonas and Cora does. We're big believers in finding great companies that are already doing fantastic things out there and hopefully finding an opportunity to add them to our portfolio. We acquire these companies for life, and so we're trying to provide a long-term home for these businesses, bringing on all the employees and hopefully adding them to our group, elevating them up, and hopefully one day they'll be acquiring new businesses of their own. And so that's a big part of our philosophy here at Cora and Jonas. My background prior to joining Jonas, I actually worked at PricewaterhouseCoopers, so it's an audit firm, probably pretty well known. So I did a lot of audit work, which a lot of people don't really like. I actually quite enjoyed it. The best part about audit is that you go to a lot of different clients, you get to meet a lot of different people and learn about their businesses, right? Some people kind of found it tedious. You go through a lot of data requests and you're hounding people and gathering it in and working pretty late nights and long weekends. I took a lot of great learnings from that experience. What I really took away from that the most that I brought to Jonas was I really liked working with different companies and really learning about what they did, right? And so that experience was invaluable when I joined, and actually a lot of the people within Jonas and Cora are ex-auditors, and so they came from a lot of the different firms like KPMG and PwC, and so found a lot of kindred spirits here when I first joined. A typical day, I'd say it's really hard to characterize a typical day because in M&A, mergers and acquisitions, it's all about the different projects and companies that you're talking to at that time, right? And so underneath my group, I've kind of split it into 2 departments. Part of it is working on business development, and so going out there, trying to find great companies, starting up conversations, understanding their story, what type of product, their customers, their employees, what they're looking to do with their business. And so I have a great team that's out there having these conversations day in, day out. And to some extent, I get looped in to, add a little bit of my perspective. The other half of my team is what we call kind of deal execution. And so once we align with the prospect on terms and valuation, we're able to go ahead and really dive deep. And so this is where all of my previous experience in audit and financials kind of comes into play. And so we'll go through all of the motions and dig in deep into the company, try to find all the skeletons. That's not really the purpose, but a little bit of that. And so really work with the sellers, advisors, whether they have bankers or accountants, tax people, lawyers, and there's a lot of project management on that side with. So our day-to-day can really vary from those 2 components, absolutely. I think the part that I enjoy the most about my role is just the variety of people that I work with, both within Jonas and Cora, and also with the prospects and the companies that we're talking to on a regular basis, right? And so I'm not really stuck or relegated to a single industry. I'm not only talking to accountants every day. The people within my team, you get a really great, vibrant mix of backgrounds. I'm talking to salespeople, I'm talking to marketing people, lawyers, HR people, and so I think it really helps me become a little more well-rounded and know a little deeper than just the numbers, which I think is important if you want to grow as a leader and as a person. And definitely the same for the companies that we're talking to, right? And so software is everywhere nowadays. And so we started out at Cora just focusing on a couple of verticals. And in the 5 years since we've sort of split out as Cora, we've learned about hundreds of different companies and verticals and acquired into verticals that we never had any idea about at the very beginning of our conversations, right? And it's just getting really a glimpse into their world, and by no means becoming an expert. It's just incredible. It's a great experience. That's a loaded question because what is culture, right? And so Jonas is made up today of 6 different operating groups. And within those operating groups, you have like 140, maybe 150 distinct businesses. And we are big believers in having each of those businesses and each of those portfolios maintain its own culture. And so ultimately, when we split off and created the Cora brand, we had to try to figure out what did we stand for differently. Cora is actually an acronym. It stands for Collective Organization Redefining Advancement. So our whole philosophy is around employee mobility, trying to give people different experiences, whether it's vertical movement, but it could also be horizontal movement, and trying out different departments and figuring out what they like best, what they excel at. And so to us, that's what our culture is at the Cora level, but even within the companies that we've acquired, it might vary quite a bit, and we want to keep that intact, right? That's what's made them a successful business from day one. When I came in, I was fairly junior, and I was very skeptical on a lot of the values that we sort of put on our website and our marketing materials, right? I've been with the company over 7 years now. I've helped Jonas and Cora acquire over 20 businesses. And over that period, I can actually see the results from those early acquisitions where we're going out there and sharing the story about autonomy and maintaining their culture, and then really carry it through to today, where those employees and companies that we acquired, 6, 7 years ago, there's still a group of employees there that have accelerated their careers, grown their business, really done things that they couldn't have done without us helping them along and us being advisors to them. Nothing can speak louder than that experience, right? Especially when you go to events and see these people and talk to them and just really see how they've grown themselves and how the business is flourishing under our leadership, but still maintain a lot of what made them unique from day one. And so that's kind of my experience. I'm very fortunate to kind of be at the front lines of seeing that, because I get to help execute on the acquisitions and then afterwards hear the story of those businesses when they join our family. I've been here for 7 years, which is a long time. And from day one, I looked at Jonas as a company and kind of looked at it and said, wow, it's already grown to 70 businesses, 60 businesses. That's so much. Constellation, I think at that point was probably 300 businesses. And I thought, how much more can this grow, right? And today, at a Jonas level, we've grown to 150 brands. We've been able to split ourselves out as Cora, and we continue to rapidly grow. And so every day is just new change and experience of rapid growth. And that gets me really excited, right? I truly do believe in the story of what we've already done in the past. I've been a big part of what has been executed in the last couple of years, and we have a very big vision to continue growing Cora. And I know every other group within Jonas has a very similar goal, and it's been done before. I've been a part of getting it done, and I look forward to keep leveraging my experience, training up new people, helping them contribute to the growth. And so I've really transitioned myself from, I guess, a bit of the doer to a bit more of a mentor to help grow my team and have other people kind of go through that same experience that I did. And that gets me very excited to kind of be that mentor for my team today.